Hello. I'm doing a get ready with me today. I know you guys really like those, and I'm also doing a heart to Hana. But I wanted to give a big thank you to you guys and to Goodall for partnering with me on this video. I actually saw Leah Yu talk about Goodall on her Instagram, and it made me really interested to try it out. And I actually tried them out for like a month. I'm almost done with my first bottle. And when we decided to work together, I asked for a second bottle so I could take like a cute product shot and like show you guys. But mostly because I really wanted another one. But anyways, I'm gonna show you guys the Apricot Collagen Youth Firming Cream from Goodall. So this is 100% vegan, and Goodall actually has an exclusive patent. And the patent is to extract the naturally occurring vegan collagen from apricots. And then they call this the Apricot Vegan Collagen Complex. And they also have a vegan collagen delivery system, which ensures that the small molecular size of the collagen actually goes into your skin, like actually help it reach the deeper layers of your skin. So their formulations use 70% fresh apricot extract. And what's really interesting is that they actually pick the apricots only 2 weeks out of the year. And that's because during that time, it's when the antioxidants are the most potent. So this cream is supposed to help with anti-aging, and it also helps fight collagen breakdown. And this kind of gives more like smooth and firmer looking skin. And what I thought was really interesting was their pillow mark test. So you know when you sleep, and you get like those lines on your face from sleeping on your pillow. So that's what they were testing for, and they saw that using this cream over time, they saw skin elasticity improve in like 4 weeks. So they actually sent me some data. It was a 68.61% increase in improvement after 1 use. After the 4 weeks, it was a 210% increase. Anyways, I thought that test was really cool because I thought it was an interesting way to test the firmness and elasticity of the skin. So just personally, as somebody who has been using this for a while, I mean, I'm almost done with 1 tub, so I really like it. Texture of the cream is really, it's like really rich, it's velvety, it's really smooth. And if you're sensitive to fragrance, it is fragrance free, so there's that. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm kind of picky about moisturizers because I've come across, especially in the winter time, I'll use a moisturizer and then in the middle of the day, my face feels really dry. And this one does not do that. It's just really comfortable. It's been my favorite. It's like my go-to right now. But let me really quickly show you it going on my face. I'm gonna go make my face a little damp really quick. I like making my face a little damp before I put on moisturizer because it helps like lock in the hydration. So I actually have been also using the Youth Firming Ampule from the Apricot Collagen line from Goodall. I just kind of glide this on a bit and tap it in at the same time. And then I take the cream. I'm just gonna use the new bottle so you can kind of see. Doo-doo. So I just kind of gently, what's it called, blend it into my skin. But it just goes on really smooth. Also, please don't mind these little guys. I think I'm gonna start my period soon. And I'm not gonna put on sunscreen just because it's about to be nighttime soon, so I won't be needing it. But if you guys do use this in the day, please put on sunscreen afterwards, okay? So they're actually having a sale. It's Goodall's birthday, so to celebrate that, they're gonna have 30% off on Amazon. And this is gonna run from March 4th to March 10th. And I'll link it down below. So if you guys do wanna try out Goodall, it'd be a good time to buy it now since they're having a discount. Again, thanks to Goodall for partnering with me, and thank you to you guys for being very supportive and always allowing me to work, so I really appreciate it. And on that note, let's bring it back to you guys and film this heart to Hana. All right, how to deal with having super protective, overprotective Asian parents. I think that I have like overprotective Asian parents, not as much now, but yes to before. I don't think they were probably as strict maybe as maybe some of you have. And I think now that they're older, it's funny because now that they're older, they're just, I don't know if they're tired of the parenting role, but they definitely don't act as overprotective as they used to. I mean, I'm almost 30, so I guess that makes sense. I'm almost 30. But I think when I was younger, like, I didn't really, I just dealt with it in the sense that like, I just kind of did what they said. I definitely have and had a lot of respect for the elderly just because that's how I was raised. That doesn't mean to say that I always think that people that are older than you are right. I just think that that's how I was conditioned to feel. So that's just how I feel. So I never really was rebellious or like, I never really dealt with it. I just kind of accepted it and went along with it. And then as I got older and more sure of myself, I started to push back on them a lot, but that wasn't until I was kind of in the late part of my college years and realizing that my life was not their life. And if I didn't start doing what I wanted to do now, I don't know what would happen, kind of thing. I think my opinion is that I would just really think about why your parents are overprotecting you in this way. I know for me, it's probably because I'm a girl, they were scared for me. They were raised in Korea, so they're more conservative. And so looking back, I understand why they might have shielded me from a lot of the things they did. I don't necessarily think it was right. I think that it kind of hindered me in some ways as a grown-up, but I would definitely try to be understanding about it, and it's like all your decision kind of thing, you know? I think if you're a kid, I think you try and talk to your parents about it, but it's like, it's hard because every family dynamic is so different. Like, I think if I tried to rationally talk to my parents at that age, they would be like, no, I'm the parent, you're the kid. Like, you do what I say. And at the time, it just felt like there's nothing I could really do about it. So I feel bad. I don't really know how to help you because I think I would have done the same thing. I think I would just accept that that's how it is. But I think what I wish I did more when I was younger is understand why they were doing the things that they did and made more of an attempt to speak with them about it. I don't know if that was helpful at all. I'm not a very confrontational person, so it's kind of hard for me to answer that question. My sister would be great though. She was very like, I'm gonna do my own thing. She was very, or she is, she's alive. Okay, oh my gosh, how to overcome feeling like life passed me by and I didn't do anything as a 26-year-old. First of all, you are 26 years old, you are still in your mid-20s. But no, I totally get what you mean. I definitely think I felt like that in my mid-20s too. I think I felt like that, and then once I started feeling like that, I kind of started going on that journey of making sure to try new things and putting myself in situations that were uncomfortable, but they made me grow. The way I just said that sounded like Uncut Gems and things like that. Anyways, I think it's not something that feeling isn't ever gonna go away because you're always gonna feel like you could do more. Especially with social media, you're watching everybody do different things and accomplish different things at different times, and it feels disheartening because you're maybe not at the same place, not doing the same things, different situations, and so I get it. But I think that as long as you kind of push yourself, that's what's really important. I think that for me, what I really loved about how I kind of went about me feeling stuck was made myself try new things. And even if I didn't want to, because knowing me, I would sit at home all day and do nothing. I would love that. I'm really glad that I made myself feel really uncomfortable, anxious, nervous, because I think I wouldn't be as, in my situation now, I don't feel like I would have done as well back then as I am doing now, if that makes sense. And by trying new things and pushing yourself, you kind of discover more about yourself, and that's fulfilling in a different way, I guess. So I think you're always gonna feel a little bit of that because it's hard not to. Maybe set some goals for yourself. Like, I think last year I had made a goal to do one new thing a month. It was very hard. I kind of got interrupted with moving to Korea and getting engaged and stuff, but I'm trying to kind of start that up again, so maybe that could be helpful. Do you ever feel like you have to control how much love you give to people to not get disappointed? Do you know me? This is a very like, I feel like somebody who knows me very well just asked me this question. I do. It is not good. It's something I'm working on. Weird is I've never thought I was like that because I'm pretty open, I think, and I'm starting to realize I started to realize that people didn't really know anything about me besides the things that I wanted them to know. I don't know if that makes sense. They didn't know anything that I didn't want them to know. Does that make sense? I am still very, I have to be in control about the way other people feel about me, which is hard. Like I feel like I need that control. I feel like I need control over what they know about me. And when that doesn't happen, when I don't get the reaction that I want, it is so hard to deal with. And I get very disappointed when somebody doesn't meet me there emotionally as well. So I've kind of like learned over the years what I should tell people and what I'm comfortable telling people and what I'm not, in case they don't reach my expectation and I don't feel like I lost a part of myself, or I feel disappointed that, again, somebody doesn't feel the way I do, or I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, I'm definitely trying to not do that anymore, because I do think people like have started to notice that I do that, and it really hurts their feelings, and I'm a people pleaser, so I don't want to hurt their feelings. But yeah, I don't know what that's called, like why people do that, but I do feel like, since you're asking that, I suppose that a lot of people do feel that way and maybe do the same things that I do. And I hope that doesn't come off sounding like manipulative or anything, like feeling like I have to be in control, but that's just kind of a habit. My camera cut off. Sorry. Okay, how did you make new friends in a new place? So I thought this was very relevant since I moved to Korea. So it is kind of hard to make new friends here just because most people here speak Korean, so if you don't really know how to speak Korean, it's a little difficult to like talk to people and stuff. Luckily, like Jimmy has his network of people at work that he's kind of like made friends through. I also am friends with some of them. I try not to rely on that so much because I've done that before, and I like to make sure that I have my own friends outside of Jimmy. I just think that it kind of helps to balance him and I out a bit. And I always think like, those are his friends, those aren't really my friends, and I'd like to kind of have my own friends. So basically, I just really had to put myself out there. Whenever I meet somebody, if I felt like we got along really well, I was very proactive about meeting up with them. And I've also talked about this before, but I've also had times where people kind of like blow me off, or they always come up with like, not an excuse, but if they basically reject or cancel me like 3 times, I kind of just stop reaching out. So I always keep that in mind too, because I don't want to like, that kind of does something to you when you are trying to make new friends and you keep getting rejected. It definitely can mess with your head, so I always keep that rule in mind too. But yeah, I think just putting yourself out there and like recognizing that this is a very awkward process. Like, you're not gonna hit it off with every single person that you meet. When you do meet really fun people that you get along with, it's really fun. It's really fun. So my advice is just like, if you feel like you're vibing with someone, or if you want to hang out with someone, just kind of put yourself out there, make some plans, but also balance yourself, you know? Like for example, sometimes I'll just randomly meet people at the park. It doesn't usually 100% work out all the time that like we meet up and hang out, but be talking and we'll exchange cacao talks and then basically like hang out. But yeah, if you don't put in the effort, someone has to put in the effort first to like get the momentum going, basically is what I'm saying. When you had acne, did that affect your sex life? I think it did for me, because I just felt like I didn't really feel good. Like I didn't really feel pretty. And when I don't feel pretty, I don't really like want to be naked and like have sex. And so it was a lot of just an internal like mental thing where I felt not good about myself. So it really impacted like how much sex I was having. I think luckily Jimmy is a very kind person and was very understanding and patient with me. Like he definitely always made me feel like I was really pretty. Like during that whole time I had so much acne, he never made me feel like he didn't want to be with me physically, which is crazy because I was always like, how could he not think that I'm ugly right now? Like I have so many spots on my face, blah, blah, blah. He's so sweet when I think about it. He was really, really nice to me when I was probably really irritable and just really self-doubtful on myself and negative during that time. Anyways, yeah, we definitely didn't have as much sex at that time, but I think it definitely made my bond with him stronger. Do you still feel nervous while talking in Korean? Are you confident? I am not confident. I am still extremely insecure about my speaking, because if you ask my friends, like I speak really, really slow because I really, in my head, I feel like I'm like thinking about the sentence structure as it's coming out of my mouth. And so I'm always like looking up when I'm talking because I'm thinking, does this make sense? Is this coming out of my mouth correctly? So I'm not confident. I think I just really, really force myself to just say something. Like I was telling you, I definitely painfully pushed myself into those very uncomfortable situations. Like I forced myself to go to cafes and order stuff, or like try and make conversation with the cafe owners because they love haku. Just because I do want to get to know them. They're all like super nice people, but also it's good for me to try to speak to them in the language of this country and not revert back to English and make them uncomfortable, you know? It's good practice for me, but also the first reason. So anyways, yeah, it's very uncomfortable, but I think once I start taking classes again, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable again. I think when I was taking classes and speaking every single day for 4 hours, I felt less embarrassed about my Korean, and I'm excited to kind of go back to that. Okay, this is a finished look. I hope you guys like this video. Sorry that there was a malfunction and I didn't get to answer as many questions as I wanted. But yeah, I will try and do this again soon. Maybe I can do one with Jimmy because I know you guys like hearing Jimmy's opinions and stuff. But anyways, I will talk to you next time. Bye!